What's happening, everyone? What is going on? This stream is gonna be a little bit bittersweet. I'd like to start the stream off by saying rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle, who passed away a little over 5 years ago. A tragic death for someone with so much potential, who was fulfilling that potential, but it's evident that he got too big for the program, right? He got too big for the program. And it's rather unfortunate how it transpired, right? I know last night we kind of touched on it briefly. I'll let you guys know that I did watch the Black Sam interview. I didn't rewatch it. It's a little bit intense. And I respect those individuals. I respect Black Sam. I respect, Nipsey Hussle and what they built and what they were building together. And I understand that right now, this is going to be kind of, it's going to be an intense, to say the very least, emotional time in his life as well, especially having come forth and, done that interview, which it really took a strong person, a strong personality to really get up there and stand in front of, or sit in front of Big Boy and talk about the situation and, what transpired over 5 years ago in front of their store that they owned. I tried to look at it objectively for years, right? Sometimes you have an inkling that this is what it is, but you don't want to kind of, jump the gun, so to speak, right? That's a phrase that people kind of use. You don't want to jump the gun. Someone's asking, am I preaching? I am not preaching. Hello, B. Hoyts. How are you doing? No, I'm not preaching. But I didn't want to jump the gun and, jump to conclusions and say, all right, cool. It had to come from somewhere higher up, right? Even though a part of me was kind of saying that. C. Jones. You see, because I'm not even going to pay any attention to what it is that you just said. But big up yourself. Big up yourself. I don't know why you would say that. But anyway, where was I? This guy just distracted me. But let me get back on groove and kind of focus and hone everything in. But anyway, if you guys recall, 5 years ago, the person that was indicted, maybe it was a little over, maybe it wasn't exactly 5 years ago or whatever, because it did take some time. Not that long for them to really discover who actually pulled the trigger and who did it. But a person by the name with his alias of Shitty Cuz was allegedly responsible for what had taken place that day, right? Now, the person in question was also a member of the quote-unquote gang that Nipsey Hussle was a part of. Now, just looking at it from the surface, right? We have so many incidents of this sort of thing happening where people are kind of murdered by people, or I don't want to say that word, right? Where people are executed or assassinated or backstabbed, backdoored by people who are supposed to be members of whatever fraternity that they are involved in, right? So now, if this isn't just clear as day, right? A reason for you not to get involved with these fraternities and these factions in the first place, I don't know what ever will be, right? Because this isn't an isolated incident. This isn't just the first time this happened, right? It's happened thousands and thousands and maybe even millions of times right across America, right? Right across the world. right? Because you join an organization, right? Now, first of all, I will say this. At the core, right? At the foundation of why these gangs were started, it wasn't started to terrorize the people in the community. It was more to protect the people in the community. It was more for brotherhood and sort of a way for boys to express themselves, right? And maybe you'll have a few fights here and there or whatever it is, you know what I mean? That, whatever, tribalism, rivalry, whatever it was, right? But it didn't get to the point where people really started using pistols until someone started using a weapon, right? So once that cycle of violence got escalated to that point, it gets difficult for you to really cool it down, right? Because you could just imagine you do something to someone's loved one, you can't expect them to just turn the other cheek. It's going to be difficult for them to turn the other cheek. Right? So if you quote unquote unalive an individual or hurt them in a way where they're never the same because of the trauma that took place, they have other people that love them as well. And those other people that love them, it's quite possible they're going to be coming back for you. Right? So, it's my understanding that violence only breeds more violence. I tried to look at it so objectively, right? I tried to give people the benefit of the doubt. I tried to go against my own sort of intuition, right? And initially I was looking at it, I was like, yeah. Because I don't know if you guys ever heard the song Sound of My Ceremony by Nipsey Hussle. If you haven't heard the song Sound of My Ceremony by Nipsey Hussle, or Sound of the Ceremony, I forgot exactly what the name is, but go check that song out. If you look at the song Sound of the Ceremony and you go to the very last part of the last verse of that song, right? You go to the very last part of the song, right? When he was talking about Judas killed Jesus, Brutus killed Caesar, Judas killed Jesus, and that's where I'm gonna leave it because they call it dry snitching if I take it any deeper, right? It's already written, not even coded, right? Kind of coded, but not really, right? It's clear as day what it is that he's saying. It's clear as day that he's saying, all right, cool. I don't trust everybody that's around me right now. It's people that's around me right now that are not happy for me right now, right? So you join these fraternities, and then you get to the point where you get too big for these fraternities, right? Where you start to accelerate upward and outward of these, of any sort of ceiling, right? Beyond anything that anyone else in this fraternity has done. And they start seeing what it is that you're capable of. And they don't like that because now you're above the program. And now I can't talk to you like how I used to talk to you no more. Now I can't extort you like maybe I wasn't doing it before. But I can't treat you like these other dudes. Right? And now these other dudes are coming to me saying, hey man, you don't do him like that. Why you doing me like that? Right? So now that ego, that delicate little ego that you have in your head, whoever it is, right? Whoever these people are. I'm not going to outright come up here and accuse anybody of doing anything, right? But whoever these people are, especially when you have this sort of ego, right? You're a part of this organization that thrives on not necessarily positivity, because I would say Nipsey was a positive dude, or at least Nipsey was trying to be a positive dude. He was trying to be a positive role model. He was helping people in this community. He was inspiring people in his community and right around the world. Get what I'm saying? But again, he got too big for the program, right? So now the people around him, they don't like that. They don't like that. Every time I open the magazine, I see you, right? Now it's supposed to be a brotherhood. And it's not just his situation. This is situations right across the land. This is supposed to be brotherhood. This is supposed to be, we supposed to be looking out for each other against whatever the common enemy is, quote unquote. Right? But here we are, whether it be a minor disagreement, right? Because a lot of people are saying that's not what took place, or whatever it was. And then you come back and you take that man's life. And if you didn't get caught, you'd probably be sleeping very well. But you threw your life away. Right? And in situations, I'm not going to say particularly this situation per se, right? I'm not going to say this situation per se, but a lot of times, especially with these gangs, they recruit these young kids. And these young kids become a part of this organization. And they say, hey, no snitching, right? Don't tell anybody what it is. And they send these kids on dummy missions to go throw away their lives. They send people's children on dummy missions to go and throw away their lives. As if they don't have any use for their own life. Right? While you sit back and you push this, hey, don't snitch. Right? It'd be one thing if you upholded your own sort of standard, right? And you did your own thing. Right? But then you're sending these kids to go throw their lives away, and then you're telling them not to snitch. And then sometimes they didn't even throw their life away. Sometimes it's something that you did. And they're behind bars for something you did. Right? And thinking they're living up to some sort of code. Look, I'm going to be completely honest with you, right? If you are a part of, if there is honor, right? I'm just straight shooting right now, right? And yes, if this is what it is that you signed up for, this is what you signed up for, right? So I will give you that. But what I will say about that is this. Don't become a part of these organizations. They do not have your best interest. It's as clear as day. We see it time and time again. Right? Get together if you're gonna get together with with people, right? And if you guys are doing the right thing, and the right thing means going against the grain, whatever the grain is, that's a completely different thing. Because if you're here building an empire, laying down bricks for the future generations, right? So that they could have it easier, or they could have it better, or they could be more integrated into society, or they could be able to do the things and be the things that they want to be, then all fine and dandy. Right? Because you're laying bricks and you're building a solid foundation, and you're doing what you're supposed to do for the future generations. But if you're joining up with a fraternity or a group of people whose objective is to destroy and cause destruction, what do you think will become of you? If you're joining up with people whose objective is to cause destruction, right? That's what they're geared for. This is what they're rewarded for a lot of times, right? The more destructive they are, it's the more points they get, the more clout they get, the more, oh, he's a real one. Oh, he's a this, he's a that. Right? You know, our ancestors, man. Our ancestors. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm going to shoot straight. Our ancestors, right? If you're from the Western Hemisphere, whether you're from Brazil, right? You're from Haiti, you're from Barbados, you're from Cuba, Jamaica, Puerto Rico, right? And you're of African descent, right? America, right? Did I mention Brazil? The Western Hemisphere, whatever, right? Your ancestors went through some of the most heinous, inhumane, barbaric treatment, right, of human beings is what they went through. Some of them had to fall in line and fold their lips, even though they knew that they were able to do something to someone. They thought to themselves, well, what's it going to do for my seed? Is it going to make my seeds' life better or worse? I got to stick around here for them. So you know what? I'm going to bite my tongue. You know what? I'm going to hold it down. They made sacrifices, right? For us to be able to be free people. Made sacrifices, straight up and down, right? Whether it be the Maroon tribe in Jamaica, which I descended from, right? Or the Africans, or whatever, right? The indigenous, whatever it is, right? And we're not talking about the 97% of Jamaicans who are of African and European descent, right? We're talking about right now. We're catering to the part of us that identify as black men, right? And what it is that happens to young black men that are growing up in these neighborhoods, and what they feel like is the way forward, the way upward, status symbols. But really and truly, are they making your life better? Are they making you a better person? Or is it leading you down the path of destruction, right? Where the perpetual cycle of bars and tombstones, right, just continues to turn over and over and over and over again. The cycle ends with you. You got the power, right? Join up and click up with people that are building. Join up and click up with people if that's what you choose to do. If you need to be by yourself, then you need to be by yourself. But if you go click up with somebody, I'm not saying don't defend yourself. I would never ever tell a man not to defend himself or to protect himself or to protect his family. Right? But if you're going to click up, make sure you're clicking up with people that are building empires. Make sure you're clicking up with people that are going to teach you something, that you could teach something. Iron sharpening iron, right? Make sure those are the people that you're clicking up with. Not people that are going to cause destruction, right? Because again, that energy comes back around whether you know it or not. Whether you like it or not. Whether you know it or not, whether you like it or not. Right? Let me get into some of these questions before I get back to what it is that I am talking about. But yeah, guys, be mindful of that. Let's see some of these questions. Big up to everyone who is sending in these chats as well. Keep hitting them that like button. Keep subscribing to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for some more of this awesome content as we're approaching 300 subscribers, man. We're approaching 300 subscribers, and I feel good doing this stuff. I feel like I'm making an impact on people's lives, and I love it. Greetings from North Korea. Big up to North Korea. Damn, your hair is so fire. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Otto Matthias. You look like that one dude from Victorious. I don't know who that is, to be completely honest with you. Diablo JJ says baby gang. Oh, don't know what that is, but big up. Tish Brown says, yep. Happy to see strong, motivated. All right, cool. This is the second time you did that. Good 94, sir. You have earned yourself a ban. But listen, guys, if you're going to troll, be funny, all right? Make sure you're funny. That's the only rule, right? It's not against the rules to troll. But if you are going to troll, make sure that's something that's funny, right? Not anything mean-spirited or not isolating and not attacking or anything along those lines, all right? It's weird for a 26-year-old guy to hook up with an 18-year-old girl. Listen, this is not the forum for that. I think 26-year-old guys should probably try to go for more mature women. I don't think you have much in common with an 18-year-old. Even though an 18-year-old is legal, I don't think you have much in common with an 18-year-old. I don't think you should be trying to hook up with 18-year-olds. When you word it like that, that's a little creepy, to be completely honest with you. So I think you should find another podcast to go hang out in. Hello from French West Indies. Big up to the Fresh West Indies. Big up to the West Indies in general. Big up to everybody in the West Indies that's tapping in. I'm West Indian myself. So you guys already know how that go. Congrats on marrying Jerome. I don't know who married Jerome, but whatever. Big up yourself anyway. What is your go-to order at Outback? Don't eat steak. Don't eat any kind of land meat. To be completely honest with you, I have been pescatarian for over 2 years now. So Ricky C says God loves you, buddy. Right back at you, Ricky C. Big up yourself. Somebody says you're not even black. You like Indian. Look like Habibi. Who's not black? I'm not black. You see, my last name is Harris, right? I'm a black man. Of course, I'm Jamaican, West Indian, which means the likelihood of there being mixtures in my background, it's highly likely, right? But I am a black man. I am not an Indian man. I don't know what it is that you see that I don't see what you see, to be completely honest with you. But big up to Indians anyway. Big up to every Indian person that's out there. And again, race is just a social construct. We're all human beings. We're all spiritual beings having a human experience, right? But if you want to talk about my genetic makeup, yes, I am mostly black, mostly African, to be completely honest with you. So there you go. But yeah, big up to the West Indies. Can we do an emoji challenge? Go ahead. I don't even know what that is. Somebody says, Playboy, don't simp up. Somebody says, you are God's amazing art piece. Big up yourself. Aisley Pookie, big up yourself. Thank you so much for that. You look like Jafar. I don't know who that is, guys. I don't know who that is. Somebody says you are motivated. Absolutely motivated. They just jumped Twister at a pub. We out here in Chicago, man. Hopefully, if that's true, hopefully Twister makes it home okay. I'm gonna grab and open a bottle of water. Read some more of these comments before we get back to what it is that we're talking about. I just like to greet people, everyone that's new to the channel. Please continue to subscribe. Please continue to like the video. But yeah. Somebody says Deontay Wilder from Wish. Oh yeah, big up to Twister. Hopefully that's not true what happened. Hopefully that you're just trolling. How are you doing, says Jur. Big up, Jur. Oh yeah, somebody said Deontay Wilder from Wish. Deontay Wilder wish he looked like me. Nah, big up Deontay Wilder, man. We're not going to do that. We are not going to do that. Okay, the AC sounds like it's having a little fun over there. Hola, sabe algo de español. Algo de español. Not much. There is a little Cuban in there, but not much, to be completely honest with you. Somebody says nice hat. I know, isn't it? Grows right out of my head. Isn't it a nice hat? Fabulous hat. Fabulous hat. He said it happened just now. We downtown. Well, why did that happen? But again, big up Twister. Big up Twister. I hope all is well. Hopefully you guys are taking the right, following the right procedure, calling 911, getting him to an ambulance, getting him some emergency help, and then letting the authorities deal with the situation. And hopefully it doesn't breed too much more violence out of this situation. Hopefully you guys are good. Okay, all right, Melonhead. Yeah, have a good night. Take care. For me, you are a nice man. Thank you so much, Sven Hu. Big up yourself. You help me feel better when I'm upset. Thank you so much, Aisley. How would you recommend ignoring short-term pleasures like food, porn, and women, and focus on long-term... Okay. Give me 1 second, guys. Yeah. Sorry about that. Let me get back to reading what it is. How do you recommend ignoring short-term pleasures like food and the P word, right? And focusing on long-term happiness, working out, career, schools, and habits? As a 16-year-old, I feel so lazy and wasting. Listen, I'm not necessarily the right person to give you advice on this stuff. Maybe you should seek out your father, right? I don't feel comfortable expressing this stuff to somebody that's underage, to be completely honest with you. I would say maybe work on being a little bit more disciplined. But yeah, I can't discuss the P word with somebody that's 16, to be completely honest with you. Maybe you should talk to a trusted adult around you. Speak to maybe your father if your father's around, or maybe you have an uncle or something like that. Maybe seek some advice from them in that regard. This isn't necessarily the right place. We mostly try to focus on, helping the youth, but it's just certain things that are just not appropriate. You know what I mean? So we don't want to cross those lines or blur those lines, right? I shouldn't be giving you advice on the P word. So big up yourself. I hope you do get some help and you find that help and you become an absolute beast in the future. Take care, young man. Aquastar says hello. Aquastar says your smoke alarm is beeping. That was actually the air conditioner. To be honest with you, I just plugged it out. Oh my God, you said my name right. Everyone gets it wrong. Big up yourself. Did I really? I said Aisley. Is that what I said? I don't remember what I said. Where's the water now? Oh, all right, here it is. Yusuf Ashraf says, what's up, bro? Big up yourself, Yusuf. Big up yourself, Astrover. But yeah, guys, that perpetual cycle, right? That keeps going. It keeps happening over and over and over and over in our communities. It just keeps going on over and over and over, right? It's like a car that needs gas or something, right? It's like a vehicle that depends on gas, and it depends on the fossil fuels of animals, of the energy of animals that passed away millions and millions of years ago, right? And this inevitably is what it is that's going on in our community with the youth. They don't have as much guidance as they should have. And, they're making decisions based on what they think the world is, without the people that are around them who have real life experience telling them that, hey, listen, this is not the way to go. Right? This is absolutely not the way to go. And we have what it takes inside of us, right? We have what it takes inside of us to break the cycle and to become, better members of our community, right? But we got to be helping ourselves. You can't be hurting ourselves, right? What's the future look like? If we were to start, quote unquote, a modern religion, right? And let's say that religion stands the test of time, right? What would that religion look like? And how would that religion impact the world 30,000 years from now? Let's not even go that far. 2,000 years from now, or 1,000 years from now. If the modern society that we live in right now, right, and the leaders that we have were to start a religious movement, whatever that religious movement was, right? What would the world look, and the world started to follow this religious movement, what would the world look like in the next 1,000 years? Will the world even be here in the next 1,000 years? Right? Because in us all having the power of life and death over one another, right? A lot of times we seem too quick to exercise that ability, right? And it's almost as if, having, how would you say it now? Composure, being composed, and having self-control is like something that's frowned upon. It's almost like it's a bad thing. Why is that a bad thing? Right? Why is that a bad thing? And to be fair, when I was young, yes, I was aggressive. Yes, I came from that environment. And yes, being in that environment, you kind of have to have some sort of grit about you, right? People need to think twice about if they're going to step to you and mess with you, right? So I get that school of thought. I completely understand that school of thought, right? But the school of thought I never understood was hurting people that weren't trying to harm me, or hurting people that didn't deserve it. Like, I never understood that. That's never been a part of me, right? I may have been in situations and things, and maybe somebody was saying something or doing something that hurt my feelings, and I might have retaliated or something like that. Yeah, and even that's childish. Even that's primitive, right? But we gotta start thinking beyond that. We gotta start thinking beyond the things that that instant gratification is, or that instant satisfaction of getting into it with somebody, and maybe getting the best of them short term, because it's only short term. And you wonder why so much hate in the community. And I ain't trying to preach, but kids, young dudes and kids, they're making songs dissing one another after they die. That's how bad they hate one another. Man, I don't hate nobody that bad on this planet that when they pass on, I'm going to make songs about them because I hated them so bad. That's a level of hatred that's beyond anything that I've ever experienced in my life. Right? I'm not going to say it's certain people that I just would not rub shoulders with. Right? I'm not going to say if there's somebody maybe oppressing the community or oppressing or making people fear for their lives or making people have to run into and then they pass on, that I'm going to be like, oh my God, gone too soon. Right? But once they're gone, not to say even though energy can't be created nor destroyed, why am I making songs about them dissing them after they've passed on? That just doesn't make much sense to me. You know what I mean? You know something? I'm seeing a lot of these comments about you guys have a real fascination with the homosexual community, and I don't have a problem with that community. But if you guys have that fascination with them, maybe you guys should go ahead and go express yourself the way how you want to express yourself. Because I personally, I don't care what you think about me. Right? I've never been that a day in my life. Right? And I'll say that proudly. But if you guys are so fascinated with that, right? Because it seems as if it's a reoccurring theme, right, tonight. I don't understand. But if you guys are so fascinated with that, then go on right on ahead. Go do your thing. Go be you. Right? Go ahead. Go be you. But I'm going to read some more of these comments. I did see some of these. But again, if you're going to troll, make sure it's funny. If it's not funny, go find another podcast, man. This ain't the one for you. So, yeah, Jamal, see you later. Mike, see you later. Kip, see you later. You know what it is, man? I know I'm handsome. I know I am incredibly handsome. And there's a lot of you that are jealous. And that's okay. That's okay. Right? I'm not trying to steal your girl. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about me. I don't want your girl. And some of you don't even have girls. So, you know what I mean? There's nothing, But anyway, big up yourself. Big up to everyone out there. Yeah, if you're going to troll, guys, be funny. All right? That's not even funny. But let me read some of these comments. Somebody said, preach, buddy, preach. I ain't trying to preach. John says, answer me. I need to know. I don't know what it is that you said. AZ says, I gotta go. Thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate that, Lee. Is this live? This is absolutely live. Live is but a stream. You like weed? I do not smoke, sir. I do not smoke. I did smoke, though. I used to smoke very regularly for a number of years, but I do not smoke anymore. Alex Pena says, that would be pure evil. Justice for Amber Heard. Never forget. Big up yourself. Justice for Amber Heard. Somebody says, chat, I'ma donate 200. Big up yourself. BC says, I'm not gay. It's not gay if it's your own. Okay. All right. Okay. Like, again, guys, if you're going to troll, make sure it's funny. Okay? What's with everyone's obsession with that tonight? What's with everyone's obsession? You know what? I'm not reading any more of those comments that are talking about people's sexuality. So anyone that's doing that comes in here and they're doing that, you guys are gonna get banned. We we don't need that here. You know what I mean? So yeah. Ibrahim says hello, Ibrahim. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel. And you guys, please. I initially thought they were talking to me, but they're talking to each other when they're calling each other these names. So I just went back and I saw it. Zayn says, you're sensitive. You're blocking everyone. Everyone that's trolling but not funny are getting blocked. Absolutely. Absolutely. We don't got time for that. That's not what we're here. If you're going to be in the comment section and you're going to comment, you're going to, ideally, I would like for you to be contributing to what it is that we're saying, right? Ideally, that is what it is. But if you're going to troll, make sure that it's something funny. If it's not something funny, yeah, you can hit the road. You're not adding any value. All you're doing is probably just arguing with one another, pissing one another off, maybe trying to get under my skin, which ain't going to work. It's not going to work at all, right? But yeah, it is what it is. Rattlesnake Days guy looks like Will Smith. You know something about that? Every day I get called a new black person, right? I've been called Mark Henry. I've been called, somebody called me Black Jesus yesterday. A few people. And that was kind of odd as well. Malcolm Jamal Warner. I haven't gotten any LeBron James lately, but I used to get that when I was younger. But yeah, I don't get it. I don't think I look anything like Will Smith. Not even in the slightest. We don't all look alike. Honest Abe. Whatever, man. Whatever. Can I donate? It's okay. Listen, if you're gay, I don't have anything against anyone that is gay, right? So Dorian is asking, is it okay if he's gay? Why would it not be okay? You know what I mean? You're just a person that's coming here enjoying the content. And you know what I mean? I don't see any issue with that, right? My whole thing is, I just don't want anybody coming in here, kind of making fun of other people for being that, or trying to put that badge on somebody that's not that. You understand what I'm saying? But yeah, well, it is what it is. That's your perspective. That's your prerogative. That's what you choose to do. That's how you choose to live your life. And that's just what it is. You dig what I'm saying? Who am I to tell you how to live your life? You get me? So yeah. Okay. All right. Hey, yo, what do you mean, you people? I don't even remember saying that, but whatever. What's your favorite hobby? Am I tripping, or is it a little cockroach in the top right? Yeah, there's a little cockroach in the top right. You're right. No, you with the women dreads. Okay. That mop on your head, my brother. Is that a mop on your head, my brother? Yes, it's a mop. It's a mop that grows directly from my hair, from my scalp. You say you're not, but you have on weave. Thank you for the compliment, good sir. This is actually hair that grows directly from my head. Directly from my head, you idiot. You're about to get banned now. Thank you so much. Because you keep doing this. You're not adding any value to the conversation at all. So you have a good night, sir. Take care. Somebody says, how old are you? I say to that, I'm in my 30s. Have you been called nighttime? I don't even know what that means. The guy is not gay and breezy. Not all people look alike. That have scroll into. Okay, yeah, well, you're definitely right about that. I'm definitely not. I'm definitely not, but I'm not gonna keep saying that. Whatever. If you want to think that, go ahead. I see more brawny than brawn. Laugh out loud. Somebody says they see more brawny than brawn. Well, Bronny don't got a beard. And the only difference between me and Bron, I think there might be some resemblance between me and Bron. It's just that I still got my hairline, right? That's just the only sort of real difference. And then LeBron is probably like a good 5 inches taller than me or so. You know, what's he, like 6'9" or something? Something crazy like that. Somebody says, you look better than Will Smith. Big up yourself for that. We definitely look different. Christ wants you to repent and be free. Big up to Christ. Big up to you for that compliment or that comment. Hi from Boston. Big up to Boston, Massachusetts. Where's my car? Is that how you guys say car? My Kia. Big up to Boston. Yo, bro, you are very okay. All right. I'm not pretty. I'm handsome. Okay. But thank you so much. I appreciate that. American, aha, type language. Okay. Yeah, I guess. Good morning, sir. Good morning, Sunil. This is the guy, by the way, who's always calling me Mark Henry. Sunil. Sunil is traveling. Make sure you guys check out, because he has a YouTube channel. I did subscribe to his channel, but I haven't really checked out the content yet. I do plan on doing so, but big up to him as well. He also has a YouTube channel over there. Adam says, did you buy that microphone from Dollar Tree? What? You guys are turning on my microphone now? I happen to really, really like blue microphones. If you guys are hearing, if I'm sounding muffled, please let me know. If I sound muffled or I sound odd, just put up a thumbs up. I'll turn the mic down a little bit, or I'll do something where the mic doesn't sound like that. JK, nice stream. Big up yourself, Adam. I don't take any of that stuff personal, but if it's not funny, you're getting booted. And we're not gonna have anybody in here coming and just screaming the G word and calling people names and all of that. If it's not funny. If it's funny, then cool. South Korea says nighttime is crazy. Is it okay if I'm edging to you? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, to be completely honest with you. Nah, you look like Gilbert Arenas. Never heard that one before. I may be the only non-troll in here. Angie, baby, maybe. maybe. Big up to all the regular viewers. GTVR 76, I believe. DJ Scoot, Asia. All the regular guys, all the regular people that tune in, but they're not necessarily here today, in which I understand, right? They probably have other obligations tonight. Where am I at? I'm in New York City. I am in New York City, and I'm not going to be specific, right? I'm not going to be specific as to exactly where it is that I am. iPhone 15D says, you a lovely person. Thank you so much. You look like one of those monsters off Space Jam. All right, that's funny. That's funny. That's funny. Angie trying to do her big one. I subscribe to you. I have a channel too. Angie, baby, I will be subscribing to your channel as well. I will be subscribing to your channel as well. Just what you should do, just comment on this video, like after this live closes, right? And it goes to private and then I switch it back over to public. It's probably going to take maybe a minute, right? So a minute, or wait a minute or two after this live ends, right? Which will be probably like, in the next maybe 20 minutes or so. After this live ends, then you just comment under this channel and I will absolutely support what it is that you're doing. You seem like such a nice person and I appreciate you. I really do. V, you go girl, says V. You go girl. V, I don't need to do a big one. Thanks, though. What are you guys talking about? I don't know what a big one is, but big up to that. But yeah, guys. What are some of the things that we could do as a community, right? And it's not just affecting the black community, right? It's affecting all communities, right? It's sort of like COVID. You see how COVID started at one corner of the earth? Way over there at one corner of the earth. And then it affected everybody everywhere else across the planet. The whole world shut down because, hey, what is this? This new thing, this new virus or whatever it is. People stay in the house. If you don't stay in the house, then such and such is going to happen to you. Right? So it started all the way over there in one corner of the earth and it affected every single person everywhere on the earth, right? So it's sort of like one of those things, right? So one person's pain is everybody's pain. And if you have something that was, it's just in one concentrated community, other people from outside of that community, they look at it, they see, oh man, that looks cool. I want to do that, right? Then you see other people kind of doing knockoffs, imitating this sort of culture that's happening over here. And then what happens? It just bubbles until it bubbles out of control. And we don't need that, right? So as people in this world, man, I think it's time for us to really make better decisions and, break the destructive cycle. And, focus on things that are important. Focus on things that are important. How are we going to build this empire? Because something, our communities have so many geniuses. And I'm going to say that word geniuses because they're geniuses, right? And a lot of potential that's just untapped. It's just not tapped into, right? But what does it take for us to open the doors for the communities? Like, give these youth an opportunity, right? And show them a different way other than just being a gangster and feeling like what they have to do is, bully their way into industries or bully other people or do this or do that, right? So that's my thing. Not to say people don't die every day because they do, but at the same time, it's like, I feel like we could do more, right? I feel like if America is the number one country in the world, which I believe it is, sometimes, right? On some levels. But then on other levels, it's the absolute worst at the same time. So simultaneously, it's the best and the worst, right? And there's a lot that we could do to change that, to be completely honest with you. Somebody says Colt 45 and 2 zigzags. Baby, that's all we need. Sunil says, what time is it here? Well, it is 12:19 a.m., young sir. August the 12th. Monday, August the 12th. I drink heavy cream by the carton, bro. What is that? Which country is yours, bro, Mark Henry? United States, man. Going to the park, toasted wheat. Big up yourself. Make sure you subscribe before you do. Paul Saul says, yeah, okay, Paul Sauce. I'm not even going to read that. Tom S says, no politics. Thank you, Tom. Go to the park after dark, says Dorian. Catherine says, hi. Hello, Catherine. How are you tonight? Bill Reed says, score any white women lately? Not since January. There's like a sort of sort of brief interaction, that happened in January. But yeah, the last woman that I dated was an Afro Latino. She was light skinned, had curly hair, and this was a few months ago as well. But currently no. Currently, I'm actually single, and there's a lot of things that I appreciate about being single. The idea of a relationship, and having that spiritual tango, which seems to be my favorite term. It's a beautiful. It's always more beautiful in my mind than it is whenever I get involved in a relationship, right? And it's not that I expect perfection, but I expect communication. I expect honesty. I expect mutual respect. I expect composure. I expect respect. You know what I mean? And I don't know if those things are as easy to come by as they should be, Get into some of these comments. I chug milk by the quarts. Okay, thank you. Catherine Gallagher says, doing good. She was dummy thick. What is Dorian talking about? Toasted Wheat says, did she hurt you? No, I was actually trying not to hurt her, to be completely honest with you. I was actually trying not to hurt her. But in trying not to hurt her, I did, right? I rented, because I wanted to get out of state, right? I wanted to go out of state, so I rented a Airbnb out of state, and then we drove there. And on the way there, I thought I liked her. Having spent time with her, I realized I didn't like her, right? And at the time, I think she kind of picked up on it, but it's almost like she didn't want to accept it, right? So my way of kind of dealing with that was to try to sort of be silent and kind of distract myself, especially on the way back, right? Like, I'm not going to leave her out of state. Like, I got to bring her back, right? I got to bring her back to where it is that she, you know what I mean? But then the whole ride back, like thinking driving hours with somebody and not saying a single word, like turning on the radio, paying attention to soccer. My soccer team lost too that day. And we didn't really lose that often. And had we won that game, we would have won that league. And that's Arsenal. Had we won that game that day, we would have had enough points to win the league this year. So, yeah, that wasn't meant to happen. But, yeah, big ups to her, man. And I hope she's okay. I hope she's happy. I hope everything is working out for her. Things don't always, as you can tell, New York City, things don't always, things don't always work out between people. And we were just dating. We didn't really know each other. We were just kind of dating. So it's okay. Like, it's better to just kind of nip it in the bud, like right at the beginning, rather than to kind of lead somebody on. Like, I don't want to lead anybody on. So, and I didn't want to be disrespectful or rude to her. So what I did was I kind of was a little silent because I didn't really want to hurt her feelings. So, but she picked up on it, and yeah, it worked out how it was meant to work out. So no, she didn't hurt me, and I hope I didn't hurt her too bad. Bad news, bro. Yesterday, my drone drowned in heavy flowing water. Your drone? I hope I'm reading that right, because if it's a drone, you could always replace that. Do you have any methods for when you have to deal with negative spouse? I naturally vibrate high. But Lord, dealing with someone that refuses to be positive is draining. To walk away is easier said than. I believe he's trying to say done. So, billionaire mamas. I had to walk away from a negative spouse. Her mom actually moved in with us. And they wanted to create conflict. They wanted to create scenario, and they wanted to gaslight me, and they wanted to, do some covert narcissist stuff. I ended up leaving, ended up sleeping in my car for a few months. Maybe even close to a year. Right? If not, maybe a little over. And then, well, not just every night in the car. Like some nights, like kind of renting like hotels and all that sort of stuff, and then staying at maybe a friend's house and all of that. And I ended up moving down to Georgia, where it was like a little bit more stable, had a place to stay, was working, and you know what I mean, all of that sort of stuff. But sort of leaving your family, especially if it's something, something that you wanted, like to build a foundation with somebody, and that person's not reciprocating that energy, I know that tends to hurt, right? That tends to hurt you on a spiritual level, not just a physical level, just a deep wound. But in due time, I will tell you, time will heal the wounds and will heal the gaslighting and heal certain things that do happen, certain traumatic things, right? So I would say in a situation like that, if your spouse is continuously being negative and continuously disregarding your feelings, and you're trying to communicate that with her, and you've done everything that you needed to try to keep you guys together, and it's not working, I would say the only other option is to let her experience life away from you, and for you to experience life away from her, right? And that's what I would do. I'm not saying that's what you should do. Ultimately, the choice is yours. But since then, I've gotten back on my feet. I've, been working towards my goals, been doing the things that I was supposed to do. But in the beginning, it was very difficult. So I will say that, right? It's not always going to be easy. But at the same time, my guy, you don't want to die before you die, if you know what I mean, right? Because, relationships, sometimes you're going to go through hard times, but the person that you're with should not be the one that's orchestrating or contributing to the hard times on purpose. You get what I mean? He says, I lost 50K rupees. Sunil, that's how life is sometimes, man. You win some, you lose some, right? I've lost money and I've made money, right? I've lost a lot of money and I've made quite a bit of money as well. It comes and it goes, right? You still got life, so you could make 100K rupees. You can make 200K rupees, right? Charge it to the game. It's a part of life. You live, you learn, you move on, you work harder, make more rupees. Dusty in here. I need to dust down in here. What's good advice for someone New York to New York? Oh, new to New York. Good advice for someone new to New York. I would say blend in, right? While still maintaining that unique individuality that you have. I think New Yorkers are all really very unique people. Stay out of trouble. I don't know what else. You know what I mean? That's it. It's just like anywhere else. Angie Baby says completely relate. Okay, Angie. I'm glad you're able to relate to what it is that I've been through. And maybe we could, maybe I'll learn more about your situation through your YouTube channel or in some capacity. Billionaire Mama says done. Just looking for fresh energy. Yeah, man. Look, billionaire. Listen. Right now, see what it's like being single, right? And when I say being single, I don't mean going just sticking your thing in every hole, right? That's not what I mean, right? I'm not talking about experimenting. I'm talking about getting to know you, getting to know your likes and your dislikes. sort of remembering without detaching from your emotions, but also remembering some of the things that you didn't like in your relationship and the things that you won't accept going forward, right? And sort of build yourself some standards as a man, right? You know, some boundaries so that once you see people start crossing the boundaries, right? When you're in a relationship with someone and they're crossing the boundaries and you sit down and you say, hey, this is unacceptable. Please don't do this. And you see that they keep doing it, then you're completely okay with being like, all right, cool. I understand. You don't understand me, and you don't want this relationship to work the way that I want it to work. You want it to work to benefit you and only you. So with that being said, you don't even have to explain this part. You could just keep it pushing at that point, right? Because now you have standards. DLC says communication and understanding. Big up DLC. Big up yourself, my guy. How's everything today, man? Where to go and what to do, etc., etc. Where to go? Well, I mean, Central Park, 42nd Street, where the tourists are at. You can go to Harlem. You can go to Queens. You can go to the Bronx. You can go to Brooklyn. I think every borough and every neighborhood has something different to offer. I'm not really a nightlife clubbing type of dude. I'm more of a homebody, especially these days. And what I like to do, I really like to leave New York and the city and go to the country. Yesterday, I was in Stony Point. I was in Bear Mountain. I was in New City. I was in Peekskill, right? I was upstate, right? Not that far upstate, but past Westchester and, Westchester and past Westchester and Putnam County and all of that sort of stuff, right? I like to leave the city to go see nature. You get what I'm saying? Some people want to come to the city and experience the city. For me, I live in the city. It's easier for me to get to work. My daughter is not too far from here. Just various different reasons why I'm still in the city. I love to visit the city every now and then. But for me, eventually, at some point, I know for a fact I'm going up into the country, man, and I'm just going to be one with nature. But yeah, you want to go to the Brooklyn Bridge is always nice. It's always nice to see. Yeah, so many places, so many things to do. Like you're spoiled for choice. Plenty of restaurants, plenty of clubs, plenty of things to do, man. Why don't black men come together and lead in the community? Man, that's a phenomenal question, man. They come together and lead people to do the wrong thing sometimes. I'm not going to say that there aren't any black men coming together and leading people to do good things. But for the most part, I see black men coming together and not necessarily doing the things that they're supposed to do, right? But again, not all the time. Not all the time. And maybe I'm paying attention to the wrong set of black people, to be honest with you. Toasted Wheat says, that's the way it goes sometimes. Toasted Wheat. Big up yourself. Yes, yesterday, the 100 hours of flying. It became the last flight. Okay. But yeah, again, Sunil, it's just money, man. No matter how much it is, man, you could always get it back. And I know that sounds crazy at times, but you still have life. So there's always an opportunity for you to make back and make even more than you made and then you lost yesterday. Losses sometimes are a part of life, and I know sometimes it doesn't always feel good, and you may want to sit in a corner and feel sorry for yourself, but this is a lesson. You've learned a lot from it, and you continue to grow as a man, and yeah. Everybody that's still here, please hit that like button and please subscribe to the channel. We will be ending the stream really soon. I'm going to be reading some more of these comments and some more of these trolls and some more of these things, right? And I'm going to be ending the stream not too long from now. This went on a little bit longer than we normally have it, but why not? Why not? Get to know some of the people that are here first before I say sayonara. Your head kind of looks like it hurts. I don't even know what that means. But big up yourself, Dorian. Ezra says, "What's up?" with a peace sign. What's up, Ezra? Billionaire mama says, we live together. Who know what the hell you're talking about? I don't know who you're talking to. But big up yourself, billionaire mamas. It's okay, bro. Come back again. New start in life, new things, good things will happen. All the best, Mr. Mark Henry. big up yourself, Sunil. Sunil, I'm going to start finding a name to call you. You keep calling me Mark Henry. Big up yourself, though, Sunil, my guy. Have you started dating again? I have options, says Emperor. I have options, but I don't really want to waste my time too much with dating, to be honest with you. I just want I want real interactions with real people, real women, I want a real woman. You dig what I'm saying? I don't think I want to court too much anymore. I don't think I want to lose energy courting. I want somebody to just like me for me, and we could go do things that we like to do. You know what I mean? Together, right? And be ourselves, and to see if we really like each other. Like I don't like the fake facade that people kind of put on. I want to see the real you. I want to get to know the real you. And I think that too many people just want to be, an image of who they think you want to be. No, I want to get to know who you are, right? And so we could see if this is something that we're compatible with. You dig what I'm saying? I don't want any surprises. So for me, because I kind of see so many patterns in terms of like repetitive patterns, it gets to the point where I'm like, man, this is kind of exhausting. So took a break from dating for a while. You get what I'm saying? And just focus on the things that matter, like like doing this and working and taking care of my daughter and traveling, going different places, going upstate, going to different states, and just enjoying life, man. Just enjoying life. So there's plenty to enjoy about being single, and there's plenty to enjoy about being in a relationship that works. A relationship where you're compatible with your partner, and it's not always going to be perfect. You guys, things are not always going to be perfect, but at the same time, you guys respect and understand each other, and those things are crucial. Joyce says hi from Brazil. Joyce, big up to you. Joyce, please make sure that you're subscribing to the channel. Big up to Sao Paulo and Rio de Janeiro and everywhere in Brazil. Brazil K, yapping and let me see that gat. I don't know what you're talking about. MF, so tired of black culture. Okay. If we're rich, I send you to Rio during Carnival. I don't know who you're talking to. But big up. Stop the yapping and let me see that gat. All right, Joe. Yeah, whatever. If you tell the facts, you're a troll. Me and my homie just parked our slab outside. Just a couple of pimps. All right, KKZT. Dead Glick 6 says, yo. He says, how you doing? Love you, Dad. Please come home soon, says Askar. Listen, I only have one kid. And you ain't my kid. My kid ain't allowed to be on social media right now, to be completely honest with you. Key says, what's up, bro? Big up, Key. Did you subscribe to the channel? If you're going to call me bro, make sure you're subscribing and hitting that like button. Dorian, I grew to kind of appreciate you. Don't do that. Don't do that, Dorian. Hi, I subbed. Bye. God bless. Peace. Thank you so much, Emerson Mourinho. She means Brazil. Yes, Brazil. Anyway, guys, it was a phenomenal stream. Thank you so much to everyone that did take the time out of their beautiful day to come hang out with us here at PNMGM on another episode of Live Is But a Stream. Thank you so much for subscribing, Dead Glick 6. Everyone, please remember to stay positive, keep your vibration high, tell yourself positive things, whatever that is, right? And believe those things. And before you go to your bed tonight, and once you wake up tomorrow as well. Do not forget to do that. Put yourself first, put your best foot forward, and continue to do the things that you do. Dorian, okay, yeah, all right, whatever. Just subscribe to the channel, Dorian. Thank you so much, everyone. Dorian. Good night. Can you tell me you love? Oh, gosh, this guy. Take care, man. Sub to the channel. Bye-bye.